This is the screen record for August 8th. Yesterday, I do something I generally didn't do. I ended up calling a bottom to this market. Um, you can go back and find your reasons why. Right now, I'm looking at a lot of longs. I'm looking to basically go long this. It's really tough to say where we're gonna go, but I mean we didn't break down. Um, so now it's just a matter of looking for longs and seeing what we can grab here. Um, so the S and P's, you know it, it's hard to really let's look at the weekly. Probably get a better view of it. We got this doji. I mean, obviously, like we're it's tough to say what's going to happen within the next few days. I mean, we have a lot of wide range bars, so it could use a smaller day, um, but it had a really good volume today. So that's something that like I said, I don't really know which direction this is going right now, but we have our pivot low here, and for a longer term investor, you could easily set your low stop below there, and this would actually be a good risk reward trade. If you take out today's highs and do a long position, you're at about like what 2 to 1 or something. Yeah, so you're at about 2 to 1, and that's not a bad trade. Um, Couple trades that I did this week were Tesla and Netflix. Um, for my targets now, I'm kind of noticing a trend here with the targets. We'll do a fib retracement on this and look at how that 138, how it hit that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going to be using for my targets from now in the future. So, I mean, we're going to see if basically that hits, and that's where I'm going to be looking to take most of the position off, and then just trail it on the 1 hour open range low. Um, so for stocks that I'm looking for next week is Apple is the first one. This is theoretically a buy the dip trade. Um, Taking a trigger long doesn't matter what it is. Probably 5 minute is close enough on moderate volume. But if we look at the hourly chart here, we've got the double hourly inside candles. It's happened twice before. It happened last Friday. I took it and I got stopped out for a minimal loss. And the other time I took it, I wrote it for I know I keep talking about this trade. I mean, I wrote it for $5 or $6 or whatever. Um, but you ride one of those for $6. You can take as many 20 or 30 cent stop losses as you can. At that point, you're just losing to commission. So I'm looking to take it long above this high here. Overall targets would be 102 fib retracement based off of you know the 138 fib is 102. So that's kind of what I'm watching. It's going to take some time to get there. Um, so I'm looking at September calls. September monthlies probably 90 or 95. And just see where they go up to. Um, Facebook is looking good. This one has been a terror for people to trade lately. I've been talking about the 74. It's got to get above the 74, and then if we push above that, it should go higher. Probably, I mean, you could be aggressive with that to try to get to that 138. I don't think it would end up doing it. I mean, it could, but it would take a lot of time. I'd probably stage this trade with some weeklies and some monthlies, to try to get to that overall number, and just leave monthly runners, and basically try to catch the move up here. It almost seems like it wants to go to 75.6. See if we can get a better view on the hourly here. See if we can get some price consolidation. Something around in the 75 range to 76 is where I like to take a majority of the position off, and then just let the runners run. But this is definitely consolidating. That looks really good. What else do we got here? Just wrote a note. Facebook, Under Armour, oh, Baidu. We've got the 201 trigger. This is compressed really well. So obviously we take a trigger long, then we'll look for target of, let's see what the magic number is, 237. So we can, it's got a lot of room to run. And it might take a little longer, do a couple weeks out instead of, doing, and then it should give it some time, and it should hit that number. I mean, that's what the trend has been lately, and that's what I'm gonna do. UA, this one is by far my favorite setup for this upcoming week. We have just straight sideways consolidation. We have very low volume. I mean, this thing hasn't been moving with the market at all. If we pop this high with any open range break, I'm gonna say this is my classification is basically fear of missing out on the trade is if I'll take a 5-minute open range on basically good volume. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for strong volume above this this 69 area, and I'm looking at fib retracement. I think it was 73. Yeah, I was looking at 73 as the overall target. I mean, you can really get aggressive with this thing. I mean, you can go weeklies, bi-weeklies on this thing, and just try to nail it. I mean, you've got a very, very good risk to reward on this, and it's something that should move. What else do I got here? But if I were to be stalking any trade, it would definitely be Under Armour for next week. This is one that just looks like it just wants to go higher. Like it said, it's had all these tight bar days, tight bar, tight bar, tight bar, tight bar. It needs a day where it just rips. So that's what I'm watching with Under Armour. I think it will happen, but obviously I could be wrong. So I'm going to plan my position size accordingly, but I'm going to be aggressive with it. Guild is another one that's set up. It's not crystal clear to me of where it should be, but I mean you see these attempts at this area. It's gapped up above and sold off. I mean, this thing is technically ready to go as well, above the 90, 93 area. Let's see if I can get a target here. Yeah, 95 wouldn't be a bad target. $2. And you would have to go, breaks this. I'm just trying to visualize this trade in my head right now of where it would most likely go. You put the fib, sorry, that's getting in my way. You take it off the, if it goes up there, probably about 95 would be my target. Just because of this candle here just kind of screws everything up. In terms of basically the trigger system and the fibs and everything else. So I mean, this is one to watch. You get weeklies, bi-weeklies, and just look to short-term swing trade it. Overall, I'm very bullish into the next few weeks. This is where easy money happens, and this is where you capitalize. I've been sitting in cash this entire time, and I've been taking small losses. Now it's a matter of the market is basically held. People are looking to start it. People that were stopped out are looking to buy again, and I'm looking to really attack this to the long side. So hopefully we get some follow through, and I'm not really concerned about the S&P 500 right now. I mean, things are following through. It's definitely a bullish pattern. Even though if it could go down, things can just rip up, and that's what I'm watching. And this is basically my trading plan for next week. Oh, one more thing. Amazon too is looking good. I would have had the trigger today of, what is it, the 316, but late in the day it ended up triggering, and I just said, fuck it. Technically I could take this and hold it, but I mean, there's just so much other stuff that's available. I'm not going to force this trade. One thing about Apple that I want to point out is the risk to reward of this trade. I mean, this is something that could get very big. Long position. So let's say that we take the trigger, we trigger in a little bit above 95. Just use that. We'll have, I believe the ATR on Apple is, what is this? Does that show that on this side here? It'd be so nice. No, but I believe it's around 2. So you give it a, I thought it was 1.5, so you give it a 60-cent stop or so. My target's 103. 102, 103, I believe. Well, let me put the fib on here. Yeah, so my target's 102 is my target, excuse me. Look at that risk to reward. Those are the type of trades you want to get in. You're risking $1 for a potential of 10. I mean, based off this pattern, you have a very high expected value on this trade, and that's basically what I'm watching for is that a 60-cent stop for $6.70. I mean, that's huge. And you just basically keep on taking trades that are like this and trades that are like this and trades that are like this, and eventually that your account's just going to swell up. So anyways, that's what I'm watching for next week, and good luck and trade them all. Thanks again. Bye.